Good morning. Welcome to another Fit Wit Get Fit workout. This one is going to involve your compound lifts. Compound lifts, they are the essential lifts that you should be doing, those traditional exercises, sometimes the ones that people call boring, but they are the ones that will always be showing up in your training plan. And these are also the ones that you get the most bang for your buck on, okay? They're involving numerous muscles throughout the movement, things like your 5 main lifts. You've got your squats, your deadlifts, chest press, row, and shoulder press. Okay, those are the essential compound movements that we need to be doing, we need to be focusing on. And that's what we're going to do in this workout. The way this workout is structured, it's in continuous 20 fashion. Now, normally with our compound lifts, we want to give ourselves enough rest time. We want to try to go really heavy on our compound lifts, and we want to take essential amounts of rest. But here, we're working for 40 seconds, and we get 20 seconds of rest. With your compound movements, you need to focus on form first and foremost before you start adding in weight. So for continuous 20, you need to choose a weight that you can perform the exercise with good form and that you can move through those 40 seconds continually, full 40 seconds, getting in as many reps as you can, but one that you're able to do the rep correctly. Every rep as good as the first. Then you get 20 seconds to rest and we go into another compound lift. So we are not going back to back working squats, 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 squats. You're going to work squats, then you're going to go and work another muscle group and another muscle group. So essentially, when you're doing squats, then you're letting your legs rest while you go and work chest. Letting your chest rest, you're going to work back, okay? So it's going to be a fun workout. It's going to be challenging, and we're going to get it done in 20 minutes, and you're going to get all 5 of those lifts in, and we're going to be getting in 4 sets of each of those lifts in 20 minutes, okay? And then if you want to stick around, you can join me for bonus abs. I've got 3 essential ab exercises. I really like to target all areas of your abs, of your core. We're going to do each exercise for 30 seconds and repeat the round 3 times. So that'll be about 4.5 to 5 minutes of work there. So give yourself a good 30 minutes today for this workout. I'll be giving a lot of coaching, especially on those compound lifts. A lot of you ask me about them. These are the ones you really need to know. So even if you don't have time to do the workout, you can watch and learn, okay? As always, I'll keep the video up so that you can refer back to it or get to it when you have time, all right? I'm gonna get up and run down the exercises and then we'll get started. Okay, 5 essential lifts that we're doing today. We're starting out with the squat. I'm going to be using my heavier dumbbells for some of these movements because compound lifts, for me, I've got that form down, and I just want to challenge myself. So as I go through the workout and fatigue, I might drop down. But let me just run down what I've got for today. We have squats. So these are going to be dumbbell back rack squats, just like you were doing a barbell squat at the gym. So toes pointed slightly out. Got those weights on your back. You're going to lock that belly button in. Going to breathe in at the top. Hold. Come down. Breathe out at the top. Keeping your heels on the ground, right? Keeping your heels on the ground. Keeping that chest lifted. Pressing up. Squats are first. Your next ones are going to be your deadlifts. So for these, I'm holding the dumbbells at the dumbbell head, and the dumbbells are going to touch the ground like you would for a barbell deadlift, okay? So in order to do that, you got to have a little bit more mobility, flexibility. So a little bend in your knees, send your hips back, keep a strong back, touch the weights to the ground, and come up. What I don't want to see is this, okay? My hips aren't going anywhere. This is a hip movement. Send them back, tap, and up, okay? Chest press is next. We're doing this one from the floor. When you're performing chest press, your arms are not straight out to the side. Your arms are not straight out to the side. Bring your elbows down. Should be like in a little 45-degree angle. Your hand palms, you can think about your palms being slightly turned inward, and then we press up, squeezing the chest. Let your backs of your arms, your triceps hit the ground. We're going to press up nice and strong, and then we're going to lower down nice and slow. So press up with those chest muscles and lower down nice and slow. You can have your legs bent or straight, however you want to do it. Next exercise is our bent over row. So we set up much like we did for that deadlift. Okay, you're going to send those hips back. You're going to lock your lats in. You're going to lock it in. Good posture around those shoulders back. You want to set up in a good position. Same thing with your deadlift, okay? You act like you're squeezing tennis balls or oranges between your armpits, okay? Send the hips back, create a nice strong back, and then we're rowing up. Sending those elbows up towards the ceiling, dumbbells back towards your glutes. What you don't want to do is this, pinching, okay? It's like a sweeping motion, up and down, all from your back, okay? With all back work, to take the focus off the bicep, you're getting indirect work with your bicep, but make sure that you get that mind-muscle connection, that you squeeze first, engage those lats, and then pull. Engage your lats, squeeze on in, on that orange, that tennis ball, and then pull up, okay? The last one is shoulder press. Same with your chest press. Your arms are not directly out to the side. Bring them in slightly to where your palms are just turned in a little bit. We press up and come down. You're locking in your core. Good foundation. Send the energy all the way from your toes up. Okay, you don't want to drop your weights all the way down here. Bring them to about shoulder height. Press up and don't lock out at the top. Okay, that's going to create tension in your neck, in your shoulders, and your upper back. And it's going to create tension on those elbows. So we just want to have a slight bend at the top and back down. Just like when you're doing pull-ups, you don't let yourself hang here. When you do that pull-up and you drop down, you still have a slight bend. Okay, so just a little coaching on pull-ups too. So those are the exercises for our workout for today. And we're going to get started with this one. All right. I'm going to set it to strength training. Sorry, y'all, I got some messages coming in and I got to check them. And then we'll get going. All right. All right, continuous 20 compound lifts is going to begin in under 10 seconds, beginning with your squat. Back rack squat. Those dumbbells are placed on your rear delts. Chest is lifted. You have 40 seconds to get in as many good reps as you can, okay? So your chest is lifted, heels on the ground, knees tracking out, sliding up and down that wall. Keep that chest lifted, and you're breathing in at the top, holding at the bottom, breathing out at the top. And I'm talking, that breathe in. All right. Like I said, with this continuous 20, there's not a lot of rest time. So the focus is on correct form first, right? Correct form first and foremost. You get 20 seconds to rest. As you get better at them, you can add more weight, okay? Here we're getting that repetition in. We're going from one muscle group to the next, so we're allowing our muscles to rest. Now we're doing the RDL. Send the hips back, create a flat back, and press up to the heels and squeeze the glutes. And you're looking down at the ground, not up. I see a lot of this, if there's a mirror in front of you, I see a lot of people looking at the mirror, looking to the side at the mirror. Keep that neck neutral, okay? Look down at the ground in front of you, perform them nice and slowly. Down and up. Main thing is you don't want your shoulders to round forward. You don't want to make this into a forward fold. You want to send those hips back. So if you need to be up next to a wall and tap your hips back to the wall behind you as you go through this workout, I suggest you do that to get it down. Okay, chest press is next. You can have your knees bent or legs straight. Your elbows are at that 45-degree angle, and I want you to focus on engaging that chest muscle squeeze and press up, mind muscle connection, okay? Up, and then slowly lower it down. Press up for one, and resist on the way down. Up, resist on the way down. Really important that those elbows are slightly in front of you, and this is the case for any kind of chest press, dumbbell chest press, incline, decline. Those elbows need to be just in front of you and not out to the side. And carefully come up. We're going to go into our rows. We're going to let our chest rest. Now we're going to work back. When we go from chest to back, it's an antagonistic. That's an antagonistic exercise if it's set up in supersets that way, allowing your chest to rest, and then working on back, going back between those two exercises. Now we're doing rows. So set up like the RDL, sweeping those dumbbells back towards your glutes, driving your elbows up. If this bothers your low back, you can do these supported from a bench. So lay down on the bench, prone on the bench, and do the same movement. And then you're putting all the focus in your back. Right into shoulder presses, 20 seconds to rest. And that finishes your 5 compound lifts, okay? Then we go through these 3 more times. Shoulder press, keep those elbows slightly in front, press them up, slowly lower down, up and down. This is the exercise I fatigue on the most. Again, we're not leaning back, got good posture. Bring that belly button in, squeeze your glutes, press, and not locking out those elbows. And we go back to our squats after 20 seconds of rest. Give our shoulders a rest, work on legs, let our legs rest, chest, let our chest rest, work on antagonistic, going to back, going to shoulder. So even though we don't have that rest time, this workout is set up in a way that allows your muscles to rest and get in a time efficient workout just doing compound exercises. Right back into your squats. And you need a lot of core strength for your compound movements, which is why those ab programs is why I throw in bonus ab work a lot to strengthen your core, strengthen your stabilizers, so that you can do these compound lifts and get heavier at them and reduce your risk of injury, okay? Next one is our RDLs, our deadlifts. So we are tapping the ground. I probably didn't do that last time. This is a deadlift. But if you don't have that mobility to come all the way to the ground, just do an RDL. Send the hips back, tap the wall behind you, come up. I've done videos before on coaching RDLs. You can have a door open behind you, send those hips back, and try to close that door with your butt. All right? You want those hips to go back. Like I said, we don't want this. Nope. Bend the knees slightly, Feel that stretch in your hamstrings and in your glutes, okay? Keep a strong back. Squeeze in on that orange, lock it in. We're creating stability in the upper back when we're doing this exercise. Not allowing our shoulders to come forward or the weights to pull us forward, okay? Chest press is next. If you have heavy weights that you want to use, put them up on your knees, thighs, come up, and press. Press up for one, and lower down nice and slow. Proud chest as you come down, and nice strong press up. Keep those elbows slightly in front of you. And if you got those heavy weights, put them on the tops of your thighs. That's how you safely come up, how you get into and out of that exercise if you're using heavy dumbbells. Going to our rows. We're almost done with set 2. 2 sets of all of your 5 compound lifts. Going into rows. Sweeping those weights up, driving the elbows up towards the ceiling. So back work is all about elbows and ankles. So here, elbows are going straight up, biceps are brushing the side of your body. We're working lats. We're not pinching up. If you're pinching up, it's gonna hurt your upper back, right? If we were doing it this way, we'd be hitting delts. Here, we're hitting a different part of our back, okay? The lats. So it creates that nice V taper to give you the illusion of a smaller waist. All right, next one, shoulder press. Shake it out. Finish up set 2, round 2, continuous with our shoulder press. And press it up, lower down nice and slow, okay? Up, nice and slow. If you're still working on form, or you have light weights, go nice and slow through the exercise. Strong press. Slowly lower down. Ten more seconds of pressing. And let's give those shoulders and upper body a rest while we work lower body. We are halfway through the workout. 2 sets of those exercises down. Maybe you got 10 to 12 reps in. That is good. It's just like you would do in the gym, right? Squats. These exercises give you the most bang for your buck, especially legs. This is where you're going to burn most of your calories on leg day, doing your compound lifts, working towards those barbell squats. Maybe right now you're just working on your range of motion with your squat. Trying to get those glutes to parallel. Maybe you're just doing body weight, and that is fine. It's so important to get the movement down first. Because if you start adding weight and you don't have your movement down, what's gonna happen? Injury, right? So we're gonna movement first. If your knees are still tracking in, lower your weight, go to body weight, okay? What do we got next? RDLs, Romanian deadlifts or deadlifts. Sending those hips back, squeezing that orange or tennis ball in your armpits, creating that tension in the lats to keep your back strong and tabletop, not allowing your shoulders to come forward. You're looking at the floor, not looking up. Sending those hips back, slight bend in your knee, working hamstrings and glutes. And locking that core in. Okay. If you're going through these exercises and you're not focused on locking in your core, it's going to be harder to stabilize through the movement, okay? In everything, squats, shoulder press, all that, okay? We're going to chest press now. Come down to the ground. If your weights are heavy, put them up on your thighs and then roll back. Elbows at 45, press it up, lower down. Think about that chest muscle squeeze and press it up, lower it down. Keep that back flat against the ground. It's going to help you engage your core. And slowly come up. See what happens when the weights are heavy. I didn't get them on my thighs. You come up. So that was my fault. So you see a lot of people rounding their back for barbell chest press. And you're working a lot of legs. When you see also people doing it flat to the ground as well. We're going into shoulder rows. Sorry. In our floor press, we're just going to keep our low back flat to the ground. It's going to help to engage our core. And we're focusing on making sure that we have a strong abdominals, strong core, strong stabilizers as we go through these, as we learn the movement. Drive those elbows up. Keep those hips back. Keep a strong back. Shake it out. This is the hardest part, is going straight from that to shoulders. We're a little bit fatigued with our upper body. Let's try to get through it. And shoulder press. Up and slowly lower down. As you fatigue, you can do a little push press. Let your legs help you a little bit. Not locking out at the top. Keep that slight bend. Don't lean back. Lock that core in. Okay, lock the core in. You're wobbly. Squeeze those glutes. Okay? Breathe. Okay? All right, one more round of all this. Then you get 4 sets of all your compounds. I love it. It's just like working out in the gym. Except here we can't go heavy. And sometimes, a lot of times, being able to go heavy is fun. A lot of fun. But we have to work on the movement first. So here we're getting that repetition in. Constant repetition. Coaching ourselves. Reminding ourselves of good form. Maybe just doing body weight. Whatever it is you need to do. Repetition. Every rep is good as the first. Practice. Maybe we're working on range of motion. All right. Then we start adding weights to it. Right into your deadlifts. Oh, I didn't start my watch. Darn it. I hate when I do that. That's all right. Still did it. Still did the workout. All right. Right into deadlifts. Woo. Hips back. Come down as far as you can. If you can, tap the head of the dumbbell to the ground. I want you to do that. Don't lose tension on those lats. Don't, as you come down, let those shoulders come forward. See what happens to your back when your shoulders come forward. Everything rounds. And then you come up and woo, that's where that injury happens. So lock it in, squeeze those lats, squeeze that tennis ball in your armpits, hand up. Keep that flat back. Don't let those dumbbells bring you forward. Lock that core in. and up. Rest, come on down to the ground for your chest press. Whew. Woo. Go ahead and lean back. Elbows slightly in front, the 45-degree angle. Let your head rest and press it up. Another thing I didn't mention with these shoulder press, chest press, making sure your wrists are strong. They're not leaning back. Those dumbbells are not allowing your wrists to come back. You should feel like you're punching the ceiling. Wrists are in line with the rest of your forearm. 10 seconds left of your chest press. 30 seconds left. Get one more. Set those weights on the tops of your thighs, and then go ahead and come up, and we're going to go into our rows. Finish it out with shoulder pressing. Give our back a rest. Now we're going to work antagonistically with, give our chest a rest and work antagonistically with our back. Set up in that RDL position and row it back. Focus on the back, lock it in, then pull, okay? Your biceps got a lot of indirect work here, but your biceps can also take over, especially if the weights are heavier than needed, okay? It's always good to go a little lighter and make sure that you are working from the muscle intended, okay? And set those down. We finish with our shoulders. Woo. This is it. Shoulder press. Finish strong. 40 seconds of work. Here's where I start to fatigue. You got about 15 seconds to go. Final 10. Last one. Shake it out. 20 seconds to rest. And that completes the first part of the workout. Compound lifts. We did 4 sets of each of our main compound lifts. Squats, deadlifts, chest press, row, shoulder presses, just like you would in the gym. 4 sets, okay? It's a great little workout. We got it in time efficiently. Get a little cardio aspect in there as well. Like I said, with compound lifts, you are working on progression with them, whether that's range of motion, adding more weight to the bar, good form, those types of things. Okay, but make sure you get the movement down first, that you have everything locked in before you add weight. Okay, so this workout is a great place to start for that, because you do need to use the lighter weights because of the minimal rest time. So you're focusing on repetition, good reps, good form, okay? All right, refer to this video as you're working through those traditional exercises, those boring ones, the ones that we have to do, the ones that you will always do and will always show up in your workouts, okay? All right, you're gonna stick around with me. We'll give ourselves a little time to rest. We're gonna do abs. While you're resting, I will show you those exercises I have for your ab routine. We have 3 of them. We're doing each of them for 30 seconds, and we're repeating the set of 3 for 3 rounds, okay? Whew, let me move these out of the way. We have, for abs, tuck ups. Starting in that hollow hold, coming up, tuck it up, back out, up, Back out if you can't do that. You can lay on the ground, bring a single knee in, okay? Or both knees, single knees, you got a couple modifications there. Then we're gonna go into scissors, wide scissors, leaning back slightly, fingertips on the ground, okay? You can lay back if you want to. You can lay back here as well. Nice big scissors for these. And then hip drops from our forearms for the third exercise. Hip drops, we did these yesterday if you were with me. Dropping the hip down. You're not losing tension when you drop the hip down. And coming up and over. Getting that mind muscle connection in your abs to lift yourself up and over. Those are your 3 ab exercises. We're gonna get right into it. There's no rest between these. Our abs can take a lot of tension. Work slowly through the exercises. Okay, and make sure you're breathing. All right, bonus abs. We'll begin in under 10 seconds, and you're gonna be done in under 5 minutes. All right, tuck ups to begin. You can start in hollow hold, create tension from fingertips to toes, and bring it in and out. Hollow hold, your low back is pressed into the ground, belly button's down. Bring those knees up, tuck up, back out. Nice and controlled on the way down. Nice and slow. You're not letting yourself fall to the ground. You're not releasing tension and just plopping to the ground and then bouncing off the ground. Okay, this is nice and controlled. We're out. Hold in that hollow. Come up. Out. Controlled. Hold in that hollow. Come up. We go right into scissors. Big scissors. You can stay here. You can lean back. You might want to lean back as we go through this because it's going to start to burn pretty good. But nice big scissors, nice and controlled. I want you to really focus on working from those lower abs. If you can't do straight legs, you can do bent. Okay, that's a modification for this one as well. Bent legs just makes it a little bit easier. Make sure your chin is tucked and you're not allowing your head to come back. And then we're gonna go right over into our hip drops. From your forearms, drop into the side. Exhale all your air, and then bring it up and over. Not using the power from your feet to the left. This is from your abs. So come on, right from those abs, up and over. Exhale. You might only get a couple of these in doing them this way, but that's okay. You're getting a lot of time under tension, just like you would if you were holding a straight plank. All right? Nice and controlled. Create that tension all the way up and over. So if you didn't get them in the end, that's okay. Right back to the top, into those tuck-ups, and out. Resting position for tuck-ups is here. Slowly lower down. Slowly lower down. Create that tension. And up. Woo! And out. Make sure you don't hold your breath. Exhale all that air. Back down. And right into scissors. Big scissors. Keep the chin tucked. Straight legs, point your toes, work from those lower abs. Exhale, we're not holding our breath. Keep that low back pressed into the ground. 10 more seconds to go. We get to flip over. Woo! Yeah, 5 more seconds of these scissors. And flip over into your hip drops. Right into it. Over. And create that rainbow. Get that rainbow up. Squeeze hard. Squeeze those abs hard. Exhale. Hold. Up and over. Squeeze hard. You're still in a plank. Your butt is not here. Okay, still in a plank. Just rotating those hips over and over. Last round. Last round. Come on. Create that tension. And we're up. Carefully lower back down to the ground. That's where the work is, right there. Up. Hold it here if you need to rest. My abs are on fire. Out. Hold. Up. You got 10 seconds left of these tuck-ups. 5 seconds left. Lower down with control. I'm going to go right into our scissors. Woo. Come on, finish strong. If you have to modify, go into bent knee, that's okay. You can do these. Just work from those lower abs. 20 seconds left. And we flip over into hip drops. I never thought I'd say, yay, I get to go into a plank. You got less than 10 seconds. Keep that chin tucked, come on. Keep working nice and slow. And flip over into your forearm plank just to finish this out. 30 seconds left. Let's make them good. Down. Exhale all the way up and over. Hold it. Squeeze hard. Come up. Come on, feel that work from one side of your abs to the other as you come up and over. Squeeze. Less than 10 seconds. Up and over. Squeeze hard. Come on, all the way to the bell. All the way. And that is it. Woo! All right, so to be able to be really strong in your compound lifts, you gotta have a really strong core, really strong stabilizers. I spent a long time trying to go heavy on squats and never really trained my abs. As soon as I've been training abs directly for the last 2 years or so, my squats have improved so much. My compound movements have improved so much. And not just strength in the gym, but overall strength, functional strength, things we do every day, okay? So I always try to throw these bonus ab workouts in. Try not to skip them. Try to do your ab exercises if they show up at the end of your daily workouts. Most of your workouts will have some type of ab work at the end. It will not take you long, and you'll be glad you did it. You'll be glad you started, because who doesn't want to have strong abs, okay? All right, you guys, that is it for today's workout. Practice those compound lifts. Practice those traditional exercises, the boring ones, okay? None of this crazy stuff. You want to see improvement in your physique and body composition and building muscle. It comes from doing these 5 lifts over and over, okay? And as you get better at them, it's not like you're going to do them the same way every time, all right? I switch them up from training program to training program, and you have different ways of performing them. You might be doing pause reps, you might be doing eccentrics, you might be doing pyramids, you might be doing quarter reps, whatever, you know. We switch it up to create that stimulus for growth, but we always do these movements, okay? So get these movements down. Get stronger, all right? Y'all have a really great rest of your weekend.